Oh, okay. We're live on YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. We are back. My name is Camila. I'm gonna be the host from this immersion. This is an English immersion, and just a short explanation about the platform. For those who don't know what is Talk and Talk and what we are doing here, Talk and Talk is a language conversation platform. And here you can find the conversations in English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Mandarin also. And just to clarify, guys, I'm not a teacher. I am a student as you, and we are here to learn from our mistakes, for to learning from the others' way to speak, to learn a new vocabulary, and try to put in practice some structure and just a real environment that we can speak in English. And we here on Talk Talk always we start with the self-presentation. So I'm gonna ask you for Idriane, your turn. Could you please introduce yourself for us?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Adriane and I'm married. I have two daughters and I was born in São Paulo, but now I live in Carapicuíba. And in my free time, I love to sleep a lot, to read books or watching series. And I can enjoy outside too with my family and parks or museums. I love it. Yeah, it's about me.
Oh, there is another people coming. Grego is coming. Thank you, Adriane. And how about you, Pedro? Could you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, good night, guys. My name is Pedro. I am 25 years old. I'm from metropolitan region of Belo Horizonte. I work as a UX designer, and I have two cats. And I like to stay in talk to get know about the English and get know about the new people. It's a very good to like share some histories here.
Thank you, Pedro. It's good to see you here again. And Pedro, oh, sorry. Grego, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, nice. Welcome aboard. Let me put the questions for you, okay? Ayla, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello. Good evening, guys. I'm Ayla. I'm from Belém. About the subject, since childhood, I've heard many histories landed, and I think so. Maybe scary, but it's interesting to talk, and I think we could have fun, and that's it.
I told you about the Josephine, I guess, right? That I was
Mhm.
watching. Oh, nice. This is from Belém.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. And how about you, Andrea? Could you please introduce yourself? No one know you here very well, so
Yes, hello guys, good evening. I'm Andrea. I'm 47 years old. I am married. I don't have kids. I don't have pets, but I have a lot of plants that I really love taking care. I was born in São Bernardo do Campo, but I've been living in Guarujá since I was 7 years old, so it's a long time. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant, but I don't eat Japanese food every day, okay? What else? I like listening to music, but actually, I love listening to music. Drink wine, but since I arrived from Liverpool, guys, because I had 2 weeks there to make the exchange program, I didn't drink wine because I am with this really bad cough, So I am so bad. So that's it. I am wishing a glass of wine, okay, guys? So basically, that's it about me.
thank you, Andrea. And how about you, Grego? Could you please?
Yeah, I can introduce myself. Hi guys, I'm Grego. I'm 25, 26 years old. Sorry about my can. It's not working right now, but I will I will look on it. And I live in Rio de Janeiro. I enjoy practicing yoga, studying language. I've been improving my English and Spanish. And that's it for now.
Thank you, Grego. Guys, so about myself, about me. My name is Camila. I am 40. I live in São Paulo, capital. I've been here and talk since April from this year, and I became a host in July. It's been a while since that. I work as an accountant in an energy company. The company is from Japan, and I used to talk in English almost every day there, but it's not a easy English, you know. Sometimes I need to talk with the IT guys from India, so it's a challenge for me. And this is the reason why I'm here, to improve my English, to try to understand the others better, to get my fluence maybe one day, or to be more comfortable speaking English with the other people. And what else about me? I'm a huge fan of true crime, and because of that, I am really happy from this topic, because I love to discuss these things. And what else? I don't know. I think that's it. But guys, before I start, I would like to ask you something. Do you prefer to be here, everyone together, or you prefer to sleep us in two rooms? It's better to sleep, then someone can talk, everyone can talk a little bit more. What do you think? We are in six here. I don't know. It's a kind of funny topic, but I know sometimes you prefer to be alone with the others. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Or just listen here. Be honest, do not worry, no one is judging you. What do you think? We can be here, we can split. What do you think?
For me, it's okay to be here, everybody. I don't know about you
Yes,
guys.
yes,
Yes, I
please
agree
be
with you, Andrea.
okay. Please
Me
be
Me
too.
honest.
too.
Yeah, okay, okay, guys. The topic makes us afraid and want to be together, right? Okay. So let's just start. Ayla, your turn. Can you read the question number 2 and answer, please?
Okay. Um, Number 2. In your
Yeah.
opinion, why do urban legends continue to captivate people's imagination? Um, okay. I think urban legends captured people's imagination, attention, because they mix real life detail with mystery. I think this make us curious and sometimes even a little scared. In my case, more scared than curious. But I think it's interesting. I think it makes our imagination full more. I don't know. And uh, as we talk in Sunday, people like it. People has have attractions for treasury, and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
because there is this kind of attention and motivation. Maybe I don't know. That's it.
Thank you, Ayla. You are a brave girl because you decide to be here again to discuss about this. And how about you, Andrea? Do you have an idea about it?
I think it's all about curiosity. People are curious. So even it's scary, you want to know if it's true or not. So when you come across some situations that you need to think, oh, but it's happening, really? So we are more interesting to know about. So I think it's about curiosity.
Nice, nice, Andrea. And you, Pedro, what do you think of this? Did you like these things? Do you like these things?
So I like I get to know about the some urban languages. I remember I think it's a show in Record. I don't remember, but it shows like urban languages. The name of the show is like that. I don't remember the exact channel, but I remember past. And I was young, and when I watched this, I was so scared. So, in my opinion, about tell stories is something very present in all societies. So, about tell stories and things like that. And I believe the urban legends, in some cases, is try to teaching some lessons, like
He is froze, right? Okay. Oh gosh. So, Adriane, do you want to try to answer that until Pedro come back?
Yeah, yeah. And Pedro said about the channel. The channel was SBT. Yeah, that is program in the past about this kind of legends, urban
Really?
legends. Yeah, SBT. Yeah. I think it's the Google program, maybe, but I remember it's the channel SBT. And I think it's interesting because you can talk about one history and mix with the real life and put a lot of things for turn this more interesting because the real life the things um it's real and we when you can put for example a lot of magic I think a little about talk about supernatural. I don't know if it's correct this word, and I think it's more interesting to think to talk about it to for you pay attention or think about oh it's true or no. I think it's better for the your curiosity, like Andrea said. I think it's for this reason. It's more interesting to talk about that histories.
Yeah. I remember that every time that I go to watching a movie, and at the beginning you can see like this is about a real story, and make me pay attention. Oh, could be real, maybe, and I pay attention for that. And I think, in my opinion, it's about when we don't know the other side. When you die, we have some ideas, but we don't know for sure. And I think these make us believe what's happened after that. Maybe you a ghost or not. We need to be a good person, or if you go to heaven or hell. I think these make us feel afraid about the other side and what's really happened. At least for me, I love to see this real situation or movies that the story it's about a real fact. I don't know. Thank you, Adriane. And you, Grego, what do you think about that?
I agree with what everyone said here, just because I do think it's about curiosity. And sometimes, for example, when you grow up, and I used to know about histories from older people, like Curupira, Saci, like the Brazilian folklore as well. And it was really interesting, and it was a child. I really thought that every every forest that I go would be a curupira or a saci there or something related to. Even though we know about the blonde lady in the bathroom, so I was scared about this stuff as well. So it's a mix about curiosity and fear.
I love it. In school, we always have this joke with the bloody lady. I was, as I said before, I was searching some things to bring to here. And the Blood Lady in USA, it's Bloody Mary. And this is a name of a drink. And that happened because the girl was in the bar and then she passed away from some terrible situation and then became Bloody Mary. So was the story that if you go to the mirror and call the girl to give you a drink, then you can give a drink for free, maybe, and then something bad happened. So it's the same as in Brazil, the Bloody Girl and the Bloody Mary is the same situation. And I think about the oh so stupid thing, go to the mirror and try to get a drink for free, but that's okay. It's an urban legend, that's okay. Let's try to work our imagination here. Okay.
Yeah, but it's interesting that we believe in it, until now, because I am scared about the Blood Mary because I was afraid when I was at school. So, oh my gosh, maybe I will not sleep today, guys. Let's see.
Because of that, she is so famous because she can give you a drink, right?
Oh my gosh.
So if you want to try that,
No, no.
that's okay, right? Let me see. Question number 3. Grego, do you want to try to read and answer, please?
Yeah, have you ever heard a local urban legend that gave you chills? What was it about? As I said, the only one that I was really scared about it was the Blonde Mary, as you said, because I was 6 years old at that time, and I have brothers, and they knew that it could scare me, and they plays with that a lot. So it was terrible to go to the restroom when I was at home, when it's dark, So for a long time, almost 2 years, I used to be like that.
Yeah, I like this kind of stories, but I am always afraid about this on school. I was really afraid about that. I don't like to be inside of some situation, go to the bathroom to someone, maybe try to lock you there and calls the Bloody Mary. I think this is terrible. I hate these things. And I remember here, I put on Google compass joke that we have in school. I hate these things. Brincadeira do compasso. When the people try to do it, or glass, maybe with a glass, and try to ask for the ghost. And I was really, really, really scary. And I was at the really about no one can see me here. Please, no one can see me because I don't want to go to this situation. But I am curious, but I'm afraid until now. But I love to know about, but I don't want to try. Okay, at least for a drink, I don't want to try. And how about you, Ayla? Please bring us some urban legend from Belém.
Oh my gosh. Uh, okay. Yes, I've heard that. In fact, I grew up, heard this legend that Camila already mentioned it here. The legend of Josephina, or the taxi girl. So, guys, this history still makes me feel nervous. It's about a younger woman who asked a taxi driver to collect the fare from of her father. But when the drive arrives, he finds he find out she's been dead for years ago. So it's so scary for me. For sure, I think because when I was a child, uh, my my uncles and aunt uh, told me this history, and I don't know. I think because it was the night, but I put this on my mind, and I was so scared, and in other situation, until now, when we talk about remember this history, and people, all the people say, "Oh, it was true. It's really true." And but I don't know. I hope not. But in
I don't
fact,
want it to
my
believe it, right? I don't want to believe.
yeah, yeah. I think people here in Belém, they have a huge imagination sometimes. So
Maybe, yeah, I agree. It's not true, Ayla. Please don't believe in that. But I know this is really famous, right, in Belém. As I told you,
Mhm.
I was listening a podcast about it, about the Josefina. I was,
Yeah, yeah.
gosh, Belém.
People he like a lot about this. As I talk in imagine about the folklore and Matinta Pereira, like I said, and the people like so much this. And there is some podcasts and TV shows about this. I don't know, but these legends and folklore uh, make us people here have a huge imagination.
Yeah, I agree. This is not true, Ayla. Please do not worry about it. And how about you, Adriane? Do you like this kind of or not?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I like it a lot, but I'm always afraid about, for example, spirits. I'm afraid, but I like it. I love to read, for example, Stephen King.
mm-hmm.
I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm afraid. But about this question, for me, definitely the Bloody Mary. When I was a child, I chose a lot. And I remember that I still for a long time, um, I I can use the bathroom at school because I'm very afraid about the Bloody Mary. And hmm, oh, I think it is it because yeah, in my memory now, I just remember about this story. Oh gosh, for me, can, can you imagine? I I didn't to the bathroom for a long time at school. I I wait for go out and arrive at home for use the bathroom because I'm a lot afraid.
Oh gosh. I think it's the most famous. I don't know
Yeah,
here in Brazil, but it's the most famous for sure. Not here, but I know this is truly famous.
yeah.
Everyone remember this at the
Yeah,
first time.
but
Like,
at school it's famous a
yeah,
lot. Yeah, yeah, at school all the time. I when I work at school, I heard the children crying after they use the bathroom because someone is talk about it. It's very famous.
yes. I remember when I was a kid, I used to listen the radio, and there was a show. The name was, I'm gonna say in Portuguese because it doesn't make sense if I say it in English. The name of show is Que Saudade de Você, and then was in the global channel in the radio, and then you need to send your story to there, but was horror stories. And that, imagine you are listening to this story on the radio, and then there is a horrific music to listen. And for the first time, I listened the story from a person who goes to the cemetery and try and see a beautiful flower and take it and bring the flower to home. And in the night when goes to sleep, she saw a girl asking for the flower. Give me my flower again. And I remember, guys, I was a kid. I was a kid for sure. I don't remember less than 10 years. I was a kid and I still remember this because was so, and can you imagine the voice of the guy was like Gil Gomes talking to you, and then you go like, oh my gosh. And then I remember this until now and was so funny. Nowadays it's funny, but in that time I was terrified. And it was years ago. And until now, when I go to the cemetery, I don't want to take anything for that. Like, if you say something beautiful, I don't try to take anything because of this. Can you imagine years ago? And until now, I still remember this. And I like it, this, but that's okay. Let me see. Everyone answer Grego. Oh, Andrea, your turn, my friend.
Oh, can I leave the meeting now? Because I'm really afraid. Sorry. Yeah, but I'm really afraid, guys. Eu sou a pior pessoa, sou My gosh. And I think you all are really brave because Grego said that he was 6 years old when he started knowing about the Bloody Mary. I remember that I was like 18, 17 years old, and I didn't go to the last, because I think there is a detail in this story, Bloody Mary. We didn't go to the last bathroom
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah,
school, because
yeah.
there will be the Bloody Mary. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, the history. So I was afraid. I am afraid. I don't like to watch horror movies, mainly when it's like supernatural things, because you know that it exists. So for me, it's terrible. I don't like. So you all are really brave, guys. Congrats.
We are not, believe me, we are not. I think we are paying the price to be curious.
No, I don't like to pay the price. I am not curious about it.
I watch, close and
Definitely.
open my eyes.
No, I prefer not to watch, I don't want. Okay.
I was thinking, I'm gonna say here because this is not happened, but I was thinking about start this immersion with a mask.
Oh my gosh.
And then I give up because I was at the office today. But I decided, I could do it, maybe try to do something different, but I give up about that.
I'm afraid of you now.
Was just a joke. Was just a joke. Let me see, guys. There is a question that I would like to listen about you. Do you believe there is any truth behind some urban legends? Why or why not? What do you think, Andrea? Your turn.
Oh my gosh. As I said before, I prefer not to know so much about urban legend because, guys, I'm really afraid. I am
Mhm.
thinking how I will sleep because I'm alone at home. So I'm thinking about it. So I don't know. I prefer not to know. And I think every history there is a kind of true, So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no one knows, right? Maybe
Yeah.
no one knows. But as I said to Ayla, this is not true, Andrea.
Yeah.
Please do
Thank
not
God.
worry about it. And you, Adriane, what do you think? This is something true behind this or not?
Yeah, I believe that behind is it's a little true, because I think it's complicated. You think about one thing that you never had heard about and create new things. I think it's more complicated. Maybe like I said before, sometimes it's a true, history behind, but I can put more emotion about
Mm-hmm.
in this history, and I think it's a little true behind. Yes.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. I was searching here instead of saying about the Bloody Mary. I was searching about urban legend, just it. And I was reading about the organ trafficking. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is really serious. And I don't know, guys, if you remember, but there is a Homem do Saco and other stories that if you go and they gonna take you and get your organ. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I remember that. And this is really serious. I don't think this is true, but I don't know. This is a kind of, I don't know, organs, it's really expensive, so I don't know. But it could be a horror story, but I was remember here we have this story that sometimes could be true or not. I don't know. And you, Wyla, what do you think?
I agree. I think, yeah, I think it, sometimes I think there are some truth in certain urban legend, um, especially in those based on real people or event. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but for sure, there is some exaggerated. I think over time, I think it seems people exaggerate more. But yeah, I think there is something that actually happened uh, when there is some real people in this history or some event. Yeah, but I think after people exaggerated a lot.
Yeah, maybe you don't know the beginning of this, right? For sure. Yeah, I agree. And you, Grego, do you believe?
Well, I believe in some and others not. For example, you mentioned the woman do saco, and here in Rio, we heard about, even when I was a child, my mother used to say, if you go out alone, the man in the car will get you and he will sell you to like mafia or traffic or something like that. And I do believe that this kind of thing is true because we can see the human trafficking going on. And there is a case and recently that you saw about the PDD, and it's really complicated, those things. But those ones like the Blood Mary, I don't think so. But some that like the one that you mentioned about organs, I do think so as well because we can see how expensive it is in that market that I don't like to mention the name. So yeah, this kind of things it's hard.
Yeah, I think was the way that the parents tried to teach us something, putting us afraid about this situation, maybe. I don't know if this is the correct way to teach something, but they were doing that. And I was searching here, guys, another one was fofão. And I am say, I am speaking here about homem do saco because I cannot say this in English. How can I say homem do saco in English? And fofão, it's a Brazilian character. So I remember about fofão. I went to a friend's house. I was a kid again, and I saw a fofão there, and I was totally scary about this because they were talking about the fofão. And this is not a beautiful toy. First of all, this is not a beautiful toy.
Yes.
And And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And we are trying to play, but I was only looking at the phone because someone said that he can talk and he can walk. And I was like playing here, but walking to the phone. And I don't know. This, I think it's here in Brazil because phone it's a Brazilian toy. And I was looking for Candyman is almost the same that Bloody Mary, but it's for kids. If you go to the mirror and ask for a candy, then the guy could give you a candy, but the guy as Bloody Mary could kill you. So it's similar to Bloody Mary. It's, and I don't know what else I have. Killer Claws, it's famous here in Brazil. The palhaços assassinos que você vê. Some people don't like claws because of that, and I think this is common. I don't like to, but I'm not afraid. But I don't like it. I prefer to I don't know, fair from this. But I was remember here. I talk about Fofão about the Xuxa dolls. Xuxa dolls was the worst for me. And I know, guys, if you remember something, sometimes I confuse folklore with legend, urban legend. I don't know the difference sometimes. I am always trying to separate this, but I don't know this is so easy to do. But that was I remember, guys, here. And let me check. I don't know. Do you want to choose the question, Andrea? Because I know you are afraid, so
Yeah,
let's try a easy one.
yeah, a easy one. Number six, a easy one. How do you think urban legends spread and evolve over time? I don't know. I think it's more cultural, can be, because it's
Mhm,
passed through generation, for example. I don't know, for example, Adriani have children's, maybe uh, sh she can know, she can talk talk
mhm. Tell?
tell, thank you, tell to us if it exists in the school until now. But I think sorry, the fact of internet can improve it, because everything are in the internet. Sometimes I open my YouTube and sometimes it starts appear something like that.
Mhm,
Oh my gosh, I don't want to watch it. Why it's appearing for me? So maybe it can, I don't know, happen with the other person. I don't know. I think with the internet can be more easy to find this kind of things.
okay.
Urban
And
legend.
yeah, maybe. I was searching before the immersion, and I read that in Japan it's really common this kind of urban legend, and the guys from Japan has a lot of, and that was really scary. I try to not see a lot of that, but I know that Japan is really famous place to know that. But I think it's common. Every country has a specific urban legend, I guess.
Yeah.
In the movies was like that. Scream, the Scream. There is a specific movie about urban legend, I guess. It's common that make us curious, I guess. That you
Yeah.
know. Thank you, Andrea. And how about you, Grego?
Well, I agree with what Andrea said because the kids nowadays they don't know about those stuffs, and it's most about the previous generations, I could say,
Mhm.
because it's easy to find the information on the internet nowadays, and I don't know, maybe it's my algorithm. For example, I don't see many things about urban legends on TikTok or Instagram or something related to. I don't see stuff like that. And even though our movies nowadays, it's like they aren't famous that like they were 20 years ago, Um, I grew up with those scary movies like I don't know the name in English, but Turkey, Casa de Cera. So it was a thing back then.
Poltergeist. Do you
Yeah.
remember, guys?
Yeah.
Poltergeist. Oh my gosh.
You know, right? I love it. I love it. I am at the same as you, Grego. We are gathering to watch these movies in the house. We decide a specific house to watch these movies. I remember I forgot the name. We have maybe 10 kids inside of my house watching a specific movie, and everyone was like, and my mom's always tried to bring us some kind of, I don't know, ways to make us more afraid about that. So I think it's common. Thank you, Grego. And how about you, Ayla? Do you think this is common nowadays?
So I don't like horror movies either, Andrea. It's terrible for me. I remember Portugal and Exorcista. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I don't know, guys, but it scared me a lot, and I avoid it. My daughter is totally opposite from me, and she loves it. And she watch these horror movies. She likes reading scary books. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. But yeah, in my opinion, I think urban legend is spread because people like to share scary or strange history. About the homem do saco. I remember when I was a child, this history terrified me. Uh, and people said he was an old man who carried a big sack and would take a children far away, and if they misbehaved, and oh my gosh, I don't know, but uh, until now, I remember this. It's interesting because I put this on my imagination, and I remember. I know. Oh, now I think. Oh my gosh, I was so silly, so silly, but but it's uh, one thing it's really true. Uh, this legend uh, make a strong impression on
Mhm.
our imagination. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I totally agree. I like totally agree. I didn't believe in Homem do Saco, but I was afraid when my mom said to me, "Pay attention. If you go there, pay attention." And I was okay, okay. I don't need to go. Okay. But I
Yeah,
didn't believe in that.
yeah. Just to add something, Camila,
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was thinking here, guys, we need to be aware about Homem do Saco, because if we stop to thinking about people that just disappear,
Hmm.
no one knows about the person, and maybe can be Homem do Saco or an
Hmm.
alien. So it's strange, and we need to be aware and to, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
believe
that's
in
I
both sides.
I have a history about it because last year I was living abroad. Last year I was living in Portugal, and I decided to take a break from internet for a week, and it was a chaos in my family because they thought that I was get robbed or something related to like kidnapping, and it was a chaos. I listened to my mom yelling at me and just like saying bad words because I decided to take a break from internet for 7 days.
Oh my gosh.
oh my gosh.
I believe in both situations, guys, in ovens, and ghosts, and I believe in everything. This is for another topic, okay? We can go to talk about that. But Adrian, your turn. Do you believe in this situation? I don't know if your kids heard about this or have passed through this.
Yeah. My daughters, when my daughters was a child, I talk about. I think it's normal because I heard my mother tell about it for me about on the saco, because sometimes you tell, oh, be attention because it's danger walking by yourself, and sometimes you need to put think in your mind for, oh,
Mhm.
maybe my mom is correct because the children disappear, and maybe it's the homem do saco, it's responsible for this. And I think it's I know it's complicated, but I grew up hurt my mom, and in my turn, I do the same with my daughters. Oh gosh. But I think in the past, into my generation, it's a way to tell and make the children believe in your words, because sometimes it's complicated. You can create a situation for the children think more about it. But today, nowadays, I think the internet is more responsible for this. For example, I don't remember, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my daughters was watching one one movie, no, on YouTube, one video,
Okay.
and was talk about the Momo. I don't know if you heard about it. And I will.
I think you are muted. You are muted. Oh,
I sent a picture, and my daughter cried a lot about it. And what is it for me? It's new because I know about the Sacco, about the Bloody Mary, but it's new. And internet, I think it sometimes um, tries new things about
mm,
it.
yes. I was remember here, Baleia Azul could be a kind of urban legend too, because they are spread some information about this. Could be a new urban legend. And I heard about this Momo, and I was remember here we are just joking about this story, but as Andrea said and you, we need to find a way to warn someone in a tragic way that make the people remember about the message, like, oh, if you go outside someone can carry you off. And then I think that this is the way that our parents or teachers trying to make us be really scared and try to remember that, because I don't know nowadays, but when I was a kid it was normal situation, see someone pass through and someone's missing, it was normal. We had a Parmalat box, milk box, that you can find pictures from missing person inside, not inside, in the milk box. Was common situation in that time, and I don't know nowadays. I cannot say for sure, but I don't know. Uh, Idriane, thank you very much. Andrea, it's really a scare about the Momo. Guys, I'm gonna put the link here from the survey. And please, if you want to take a minute to answer, it's really important for me and from the platform, because you can share your opinion if you like it, if you dislike it, this conversation. Please be honest, open your heart, say it if you like it or if you dislike it. This immersion is important. And I would like to say a special thank you very much for you guys for coming. I know this is a tough topic to discuss. I try to make it soft, but it's not easy, right? And just because we are finishing the October and we have Halloween, so I would like to bring this kind of environment here. And I don't know, I would like to hear for you guys. Maybe we have a time for one or two answers. How was for you, Grego?
It was great. It was a struggle with some words because
Yeah.
it's been a time that I'm talking in English, but it I was great to think about the past and talk about it. Talking about the past is my worst problem because I struggle with the verbs and irregular verbs as well. And it's always good to talk about it. It was a pleasure, this immersion. Thank you.
Thank you, Grego. It's important what you said about we need to know how to talk about the past, and I always struggle to talk about this. And maybe if you bring a topic, you can put in practice, maybe. But I know this is hard to talk about the past. And I don't know, Andrea, how was for you? I know this is hard, but how was for
Yeah,
you?
it was really scared to talk. I think I will need to drink a glass of wine to sleep, okay? Just kidding, guys. It was amazing conversation. I like it, even though it's scared for me, but I think it's nice to talk about it, and we remember our past, because
Mm-hmm.
we are more concerned about it when we are younger. Nowadays, we need to be concerned about our bills, to pay. So I think that's it.
Thank you,
Congrats,
Andrea.
Ka.
Thank you, Andrea. I know what to say. When you are young, we believe in everything, and nowadays we are just okay. We are laughing here, but inside of our child memory was like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
afraid.
it.
So, guys, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Grego. Thank you, Ayla. Thank you, Andrea. And thank you, Adriane. And I hope to see you soon in another time, another immersion here. And thank you very much. Okay.